Hey, this is Mark the Meerkat with Grok Trade. Here we'll show you a big trade that we had today and to show you my quarterly results for second quarter 2020. Here we go. So this was on a VXRT and it had been down here this morning. It's trading in this really tight range here around $7 and then it opened. Bam! Dropped all the way to 633 and it ran up again. But now it's in a symmetrical triangle at the end of an up leg. We call that a bull pennant. So I set a trade up here, but because of this area of support and resistance of $7, I set it right at just above $7 and I set my trade, let the market come to me. Let's see what happened next. And boom, I'm in. And look at that. It popped right up here above $7. I'm in at 701 on VXRT. I'm long. Now, I have a 1% stop that fit wherever I'm filled exactly 1% behind here. So at 694, I have a 1% stop as this one already is. It broke out here. But now there's a little bit of risk here. This is the 200 moving average, which we nicknamed Big Red. Could be resistance. Unless it's not, and it was not. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm bringing my stop up here in the money, and it's really extended here. Now it's getting close to, it might be halted because if it moves more than 10% in 3 minutes, it will get the circuit breaker and get halted for a few moments. And it popped up all the way back here to the 730 area. So I set up a trade here to take out half here at 730, and then here in the second minute here, I did take out half here at 730 for 4.1% on the first half. Ooh, that's a nice trade. And then I've moved my stop up here just under the 730 area here, like at 728, and it's starting to run back up. But by the way, this is the closing line right here. And so it did hit the closing line and snap right back. That's one reason why I went ahead and I took out half. It hit the closing line, which is a very strong line of support and resistance. So let's see what happened after this. I have an in the money stop. I have 4% in the bag already, and look at this, it still keeps going. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in my stop up here along this 8 EMA, right along this 8 EMA this whole time. Still moving up, still moving up, still moving up here. And look at this. It's now it's getting ready. This is a pivot line up here. That's possible resistance coming up here because it just broke the $8 mark. Look at that. Tag the pivot line exactly. And then look at that. It dropped. Bam! Just like that. Just below the $8 mark and stopped me out at 795 for 13.4% on the second half. Holy mackerel. So again, look at this. Hit that line of possible resistance and just dropped. How much of a drop was that? That was a 6% drop, a 5.75% drop in one candle. Tough to defend against that, wasn't it? So that's it. Look at the volume that happened when that did too. So it turned out that might have been near its high there. It did pull back, I think, and then we didn't end up with another bull pullback here as it started to roll up. There was a possible another possible entry right there. All right, so that's the quick trade on that. Let's take a look at the whole thing here. It was a bull pennant. When it broke out above that $7 mark, I got long. When it stalled, after it hit its closing line and pulled back, I took out half. And then when it snapped back here, over 5% snap back, I was stopped out for a total trade of 8.8% in just 15 minutes. Wow, like those kind of trades. So this was just one of 10 trades that we had today in the Grok Day Trading chat room. And here were our results from today. This was the number 4 trade there on VXRT, and look at that, 8% there, and had a 3%er to start out here, and then several 1%ers today. So our results today were phenomenal. We were at 17% net for the day, and now that's not on portfolio return. That's what we call return on risk. Now this is important to understand as I show you my quarterly results. We have what we call a model portfolio that we buy the same dollar amount and then adjust its number of shares to fit that dollar amount each time. The model that we have for it is $10,000. If you invest $10,000 per trade, and then you have a 1% attached stop, that's $100 that you're risking on each trade. But for every 1% net that you make, then that's $100. So today, in 2 hours time, we made about $1,700 in the chat room. Now these are extraordinary results. In fact, I can show you so far this week. We've been doing well here. This is after 2 days of trading. We're already at 28% net for the week. And we only have 2 more days to trade because Friday is Independence Day. So it was the end of the quarter, but we've had 2 exceptional days. We have a 5% target per day. 10% stretch. Well, we've been able to exceed that stretch goal twice here already this week. So let's take a look here at the quarterly results then for the Grok day trading chat room. What we do is after each end of each week, then we transfer this over to the weekly chart here, and then put in how many days we traded, number of income trades, number of total trades, what was our success rate for that week, and then any errors that I made we make note of here. And then this is the actual net percentage for each week. Now, because of this coronavirus, we've had some exceptional results, exceptional, out of the ordinary, bigger than we normally have had. And then if you are investing 10,000 per trade, again, that's just a model. What each person is investing is their own business, and but just to give you an idea what it could mean by a dollar-wise, this is a cumulative gain for the quarter here, and then for the annual. So let's just take a look at this month's results here. We traded 2.6 days per week because of holidays and otherwise, and then we have total income trades of 400. We had 627 calls trades that I called and I got into, because there were others that I call and sometimes I just don't get in. And then we had 64.6% success rate for all of those trades. That is exceptional. Our target is 60. We know that if we get a 60% success rate and we cut our losers short and let our winners run, that we can be making money over time. So our average week, again, 25% per week, that's 5% per day, 5 days, is our target. We were at 45% per week this quarter. Wow. Which, if you're investing $10,000 per trade, that averaging about $4,500 per week if you're at that level. So let's take a look here all the way down here to the end of the year here. So this is the first and second quarter combined. We have we've traded 111 days so far this year. We've had 741 income trades out of the 1,136 trades that I called and we got into. Get a phenomenal 65.2%. I think this is the highest percentage I've had in several years as far as success rate. Then our cumulative percentage gain over this entire time, again, 1,123%. If you're investing that $10,000 per trade, that would equal a $112,000 income so far this year. Whew, not a bad job if you can get it, working 2 hours a day. So now, what do you mean by portfolio return? People often ask that question. Well, if you started with an account of $50,000 and we made 112, then that would be 224% return, portfolio return, in the first 6 months of this year. But if you had a $100,000 account, is that 100 right there? Then it would have been 112%. Not a bad deal either. But if you started with just $30,000, because you have to have at least 25,000 in there minimum to day trade here in the U.S. So that would have been 300 and some. But realistically, you may have started with around a $50,000 account for day traders, and that's about where they would be. But those are our results. Yes, they are exceptionally good, some of the best that we've had in several years, although they haven't been shabby in the last few years. And if you'd like to join us in the Grok day trading chat room, we trade from 9:30 to about 11:30 Eastern time. That's New York time, so again, about 2 hours every day. So go to groktrade.com, groktrade.com. Right up here it says day trading chat room, and this will take you to there. Here's my annual results from last year. You can see what we did last year, and then you just saw what they have done so far this year. And you talk us about it here. Again, we start at 9 o'clock to look for what we're going to focus on that day. We finished no later than noon Eastern time. Again, I calling out the trades, and then we're keeping a log sheet there. You saw the log sheet where I'm in. I'm telling people where my stop is and why I'm putting it there. So we're learning all along with each other. There are other people calling out different stocks that are beginning to move after the market opens that we didn't see in pre-market. And again, we're sharing all the time because it's a community of people who are all trying to be successful in this day trading experience. Now, there's lots to read about it down here. You can read all about it down below. And then if you'd like to join us, you can. Now, this is for 7 calendar days or 5 trading days, risk-free. Join us for those 5 days. See what it looks like. See what it's like to be there. If you can be in front of the markets then, And hey, we got people from 7 different countries right now in all different time zones. So it all depends on what your circumstances are. And then if, after that 5 days, trading days, it's not working for you, no problem, full refund, not a problem at all. And again, you can sign up for either monthly, or you can sign up for the annual membership here. And we have some special deals if you decide to take it on annually. But, try us out for a few days to see if it might work for you. This is Mark the Meerkat. Hey, going back to our results from today, I'd like to put a word of wisdom in there, and this one came from Boris, who was a Grok graduate from a mentoring program recently. He says, I think that when I stopped trying to make money, I started to make money. Brilliant, Boris. Trade well, and may your winners run.